Hello and welcome to my channel. A friend of mine recently asked me how I poach an egg, and I told her that I would send her a video of this, but I thought it was a good excuse, a good reason to start a video and put it on YouTube so that other people can see it as well, and maybe it helps them too. To start with, we have a big pan of water that's coming to a boil slowly, but it will get there eventually. I use a frying pan or a skillet because it will heat up faster, and you can also do more eggs this way. Today I'm going to be poaching 2 eggs, and I'll show you how to do that with 1 small cup. Then I have one of these gadgets, which I picked up in Rome years ago, which is it's basically a straining spoon that I'll use to retrieve the eggs out of the water. In poaching eggs in water, it's very important to use an acid of some sort in order to make it so that the eggs do not spread out through the water, so that the egg white stays close to the yolk. And in order to do that, I'm using white wine vinegar. This will denature the protein of the white and help it all stay together in a cohesive poached egg. Okay, now you see that the water is boiling. It's just what we want. You want a very high temperature when starting off in poaching eggs. Crack the egg. We do these one at a time, and it's very important to put the eggs in at 1 at a time. Add a bit of white wine vinegar. You have to add in the amount that you need for the water that you have. Because if you don't add enough acid, then it won't have the proper effect on the egg. So we wait, and the water will come back up very quickly. There it comes. When inserting the egg into the water, it's important not to plop it, because particularly at this temperature, if one plops it, then the egg will stick to the bottom, and we don't want that, because then we're scraping egg off the bottom. The eggs come, the water has come up. We'll put the egg in. See how that works? Put in the second one. You notice that starts to move around. We want to keep them and jar them from the bottom, shall we say? And you can see how they poach. I'm going to lower the temperature of the water. You bring it way down. You don't need very hot water to poach the egg. You don't need very hot water to poach the egg, but you do need hot water to ensure that the egg doesn't go everywhere. It's important to keep in mind and remember which one was done first, which one was inserted first, and you can take them out and check them periodically. That's a little bit underdone. still a little undercooked, so we wait. You can see that that one's good and firm on top, not liquidy at all. Like this, likewise this one, good and firm. That's how we have poached eggs. Additionally, if you don't have white wine vinegar or an acid to put into the water, you can use a pot of boiling water to poach an egg. So you would use a pot of boiling water. In this case, we'll poach the one egg. Again, I use something of a flat lid, I think it's called, to fish out the egg. But what I'll be doing here is I will stir the water into something of a vortex before putting the egg in, and that will work in the same way as the vinegar and the hot water. Well, yeah, as you can see, the water has come to a boil now. If you use this pot method, you'll notice that the water comes to a boil a lot more slowly in a pot than it does in a skillet, because the skillet has a greater surface temperature through which it gets heated. So now it's about time that we put in the water. I always like to crack my eggs into a bowl. It's safer, and in this case, if your yolk breaks or something like this, then you have a way to recover. So with the water boiling, you turn it in, you stir it in a bit of a vortex, you might say. And with the water in a vortex, I'll make sure that you can see this. So with the water in the vortex, you put in the egg. The spinning of the water will help the egg keep its stay cohesive and stay together. You'll notice you get a bit more with the white floating around than you do if you use the vinegar, and this is why in the skillet method you would use the vinegar. Theoretically, you could use the vinegar here too, but I'm showing this to you so that you know it's not wholly necessary. As before, we can just dip in, have a look. Needs a little bit more time. Aggressively. You'll see it's nowhere as near, shall we say, as neat. And just set this down. It's nowhere as near as neat as the others, but it does work. Happy cooking.